friends, and welcome to today's video, where I'll be discussing the performances from the Melon Music Awards. Again, Soompi article will link in the description if you want to look at it. It had most of the performances. I am assuming had them all at one point, but some of the links got taken down for copyright. Most of them should be there though. I think there was only one that was missing when I went through it, or maybe two. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll link it in the description. Also, just to go over how this is going to work, I am literally going to discuss each song stage, unless they were basically one stage. Most of them weren't though, so I'm going to just break it down and tell you how I feel about the stage. But first, a quick disclaimer. Everything I say in this video is just my opinion. You can disagree with every single word that comes out of my mouth, and that is totally fine, and I love that for you. Let's get started. The first artist to discuss is IU, and the first song is Strawberry Moon. I will say, one, I loved her outfit. She looked gorgeous for this stage. Also, the background was very pretty. I don't love the song though, so musically, not super engaging, but visually, stunning. The next song IU did was Celebrity. This was my favorite of her performance outfits. I thought she looked gorgeous here. She looks gorgeous always, but extra gorgeous here. I just love black outfits. I think they are stunning. I have an aesthetic. I'm not sorry about it, but I thought she looked extra gorgeous here. And also, she slowed the song down at the start, and I thought that was very pretty. And I had an emotional moment when she was there's a part where she walks out onto a stage and it has projections and she's just looking around, and I got a little feelings. The last song IU did was Lilac. This performance was phenomenal. I have one complaint about this performance, and that is I wish she wore lilac instead of white. That is the only issue I have with this performance. She looked amazing. It was, of course, a phenomenal song because this song is a masterpiece. It is just such a good performance. Please go watch it. And this deserves Song of the Year. Okay, anyway. The next artist is Tux. Tux did two songs. The first one was I Know I Love You. I have said before I don't like this song, and I still don't like this song. But the performance, in spite of that, was low-key shaking. I was shook to my core watching this performance. I normally don't like the performances for this song because I didn't like the song and I didn't like the looks. My only thing that I will say about the performance itself, regardless of the song, I wish they hadn't been wearing white. Imagine if they had been wearing a nice light blue to go with the background. If you didn't watch the stage, it has a blue background. Imagine if they matched their outfits to the background. I think it would have been god tier, but even so, it was a very good performance. The other song they did was Loser Lover. I loved the outfits. I already said I like dark colors. They were wearing very dark outfits here. It was just phenomenal looking. I loved it so much, but I wish they hadn't gone to the roof. The fire lover sign was very cool, but at the end, that's all we really needed. We didn't need a whole roof arc. I think it was a much better experience in the venue or wherever they filmed it. I'm assuming at the venue. Wherever they filmed it. But they're doing the actual performance because the roof, it was fine for a nice little oh, cool, switch it up a little bit. But for the second half of the song, a whole half of the song, I didn't need the roof. Next is The Boys. Just really quickly about their intro. The choreo was cool, and I liked the outfits. The killing part, though, okay. Anyway, the other song they did was Maverick. I won't deny I hate this song, because I hate this song. This is, in my opinion, their worst title ever. But the performance was actually just very shaking to me. The choreo was amazing. They did such a good job. Even though, again, I hate the song, they could keep me engaged with their performance. And that's really all I can ask for a song like this that I don't like. Keep me engaged in your performance. They did a great job with that. I was very happy with their performance. The next artist is Enhypen. For their intro, the music reminded me of Downton Abbey. I have seen the show in my younger years, but my parents were obsessed with it, so I have heard this intro music so many times. And I swear, I know it's not the actual Downton Abbey intro music, but it very much reminded me of that, and the outfits low-key matched, and the set low-key matched. So I think we were going for a Downton Abbey theme. Other than that, though, the choreo was very cool. They looked great. As a whole, I liked the intro. Next, they did Drunk Dazed. This is their worst title to me, at the very least, so that definitely didn't help. But really, I wasn't that into the stage. The choreo was there. They wasn't, bad choreo, but it wasn't anything super engaging for me. And I didn't like the song, so I definitely wasn't that into this stage. But then they did Tamed Dashed. Tamed Dashed, I think, was my favorite stage of this night. It was, I love the song. The song is a banger. But also, they looked so cute, and it was just so bright and happy, and it was such a nice performance, and I loved it. The choreo was very cool. As a whole, it was literally my favorite performance. Next is Brave Girls. Their intro was boring, but the drag queens were there, so we'll take it. Then they did Rollin'. Rollin' got me for a few reasons. Reason number one was just that the drag queens were there, and just representation on a major music award show like this, I'm not gonna complain about, ever, because, yeah. But also, I was thinking about it watching it, because I remember their stages, like, watching their stages when Rollin' came out, because I had a music show arc where I would stay up really late and watch music shows, and it was during this era. So I've seen the Rollin' stage many times, like, back in 2017, and I got a little emotional, because I was like, girl, they had no fans a year ago. Like, a year ago, none of any of the Brave Girls fans from now knew who they were. Realistically speaking, like, obviously people knew of them, but for the most part, like, no one really cared about them or the song, and now they're just, it got me. The other song they did was Chima Baram. This choreo, it was there. I missed the drag queens. The drag queens would have saved this song, but their outfits were gorgeous. The sparkly outfits, I stan. Next is Stacy. The first song they did was Stereotype, and this background made me feel like I took a bunch of shrooms. I've never actually taken shrooms. I don't know if that's what would occur in my brain, but that's how it felt. There was a lot happening. Anyways, the outfits were good. The song isn't my favorite thing ever, but it was fine. The second song they did was ASAP. The first thing I have to say, what was occurring at this intro? Like, literally, not in a mean way. I'm not mad. I'm just very like, what was happening? Why were there furries with giant banners? I need to know. As for the rest of the stage, though, once, the furries with the banners left, it was fine. It was nothing super special. I think this song is overrated because I've heard it literally a million times, and I am honestly sick of it. The next artist is Haze. Haze only did happen, and yet this was my other favorite stage of the night. Because it started off black and white, and it was such an aesthetic. It was so pretty. It fit the vibes. And then the color, like, comes in, and it's so pretty, and it's so aesthetic. Like, this stage was by far the most visually pleasing stage. Like, by a mile and a half at least. Everyone else get everything together for the aesthetics. This stage was so pretty. Like, the seasons run through. It's so gorgeous to watch. And then the black and white comes back in, and it's just nice and soothing. My one complaint is I wish the transition into color had been a bit more, like, gradual, in the sense of, like, it starts with a few objects, and then it's like, boom. Like, the shift is very sudden. I wish they just literally slowed down the speeding of the shift. Like, keep the shift when it is, just slow it down a little bit. That's all I wanted for this to actually be the perfect stage ever. Next is MSG Wannabe. They did Foolish Love. They only did the one song, and it's a ballad. It had no choreo. Plus, it's not a ballad that I really listened to ever. I've heard it exactly twice now. I heard it once when it came out, and then again when I watched the stage. It's fine. It's nothing special. I was not that into the stage, though, because nothing was happening and the song is boring. The next artist is Imujin. His first song was the assignment song. It was low-key. It was just a great performance. It's, like, in a school, and he, like, has his paper, and he's walking around, and then at the end, he, like, gets to the classroom door, and it's locked, and he literally just throws the paper up and is like, fuck it, and that's how it ends, and it's amazing. The other song he did was Traffic Light, obviously, and the background was just gorgeous. Like, the aesthetics of this stage also were very pretty. Not Haze level, but it was still very pretty. But he didn't do anything, like, nothing was occurring in this performance, but I do enjoy this song, so I wasn't mad about it. The last artist is Im Young-woon. He did 2 songs. They're both ballads. Nothing happened in either of them. I don't like either of them. So for the entirety of his performance, I was bored. Before I do my sign off, I do want to just say one thing. I kind of wish all of these stages had just been the first verse. Like, for the most part, the Grammys do this a lot. Like, for the most part, American Music Award shows, you won't have, like, the whole ass song. And having now watched, because I just watched all of these performances back to back, and it's a lot. Like, it's a lot happening by the end. So, I think Brave Girls did this with Rollin', where they only did the first verse and then they cut it off. I think a lot more groups need to do that. For, like, the major songs, which ironically Rollin' is, but whatever. They should maybe get the full verse, but, like, we didn't need, like, both full verses from Stacey. We didn't need every single second of every single IU song, except for Lilac. But, like, that's what I mean. Like, you don't need the entire song. I think it definitely would have benefited from, like, maybe a medley, or just cut off after the first verse. That is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment your own thoughts on these performances down below. Let me know which one was your favorite. I will also have the Soompi article linked down below once again, just in case you want to watch them. Hopefully the links work. If they don't, YouTube exists for this exact circumstance. But other than that, you can always like and subscribe if you want to or don't. I'll really be okay either way. And if you want to hear more from me, you can follow me on Twitter at s_album reviews. I will link that in the description as well. And yeah, that is all I have. Thank you again for watching. Bye!